Wait, okay. So is it for Alexis or is it for Whitney? Oh, oh, she gave it to you. Okay, hold on. I can't hear you. I don't know if it's my side or if it's your. Okay. No, it's definitely over there. Hold on. Wait. Okay. So it says, okay, yeah, I just did a sound test. So I can hear me. Go ahead and say hi real quick. Okay, so on your side, your speaker is on, but it's not picking up any sound, or your microphone is on, but it's not picking up any sound. If you go down and you go to participants and you click on that and you say hi, you'll see mine how my little green line is going up and down like that. That means it can hear. On yours, it's not showing. So it could mean that something's being blocked in the back. Another thing too is that if for some reason it may just be McAfee, I don't know if it's a computer or whatever it may be, but you can also do it on your phone too, because sometimes computers just hate Zoom. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, just go ahead. Just stay on here and then I'll just let you in and then we'll hang up on this one. So just click that link and it'll take you to, I don't think you even have to download anything, honestly. So it is for you. Okay, good. See, on my appointment, it says Whitney for Alexis. And I was like, and then I saw Whitney and I was like, okay, all right, this works out too, because I was hoping it was going to be you. So it was a draw for you. Hold on. That's fine. Yeah. Just go ahead and like hang up here if you want to, and then it'll get in. I can't click you out, otherwise it's gonna block your address. Otherwise I'd take you out. Okay. No wonder you're here. No wonder you're freaking here. Let's just make sure while I'm here that it is mine too. Yep, it is. Okay. There you go. All right, I can hear TikTok. Yes, I can hear everything.
There we go.
Okay. Yes, I knew your area was louder than so. I was like, oh, you're there. I was like, but I can't hear anything. So welcome in. Are you ready?
I am. Let me grab a charger really quick though, just so I don't.
Yeah, you're fine. Take your time. That'll give me time to like vibe with you then. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you while I'm sitting here with you what I'm getting in my head. This makes so much more sense because I was like the person that is like was coming through. I was like, for some reason it doesn't feel like Alexis. That's why I was like, oh my God, it's for Whitney. It was yeah, that's why I was like, oh my God, so we're gonna have to tell Whitney about this person for Alexis. Like it was gonna be a whole thing. And that happens too. I'm sitting here right now and there is a feeling of somebody sitting at a table. I think you're at a table right now, which is interesting. And sitting at a table and they're like, oh God, come on. What do you mean? Like, come, get over here. Like, that's how they are. They're not mad. They're not angry. It's almost like just joshing you or like being funny about it, you know?
Yeah.
And so they're here. The other thing too is because of like the humor that goes in it, this person is not a bad person at all, which is really good. Because I'm used to having a lot of like very heavy stuff when I channel. So let me tell you, let me tell you how I do this first, and then we're just going to get into it. Okay. So it's number one, it's just me. Normally I'm in my studio at home, but I'm in my mother-in-law's house in Southern California. So we get this corner together. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Just FYI, because a lot of people are like, why aren't you at home? I don't know. The other thing too is that they ask. Another thing is that I'm going to have a pen. I'm going to have a notepad. I'm not writing anything down about you. I get anxiety when I channel. And so I also just scribble anonymously. So I'm not taking notes. The other thing though, too, is this is recorded. I'm going to send it to you tomorrow morning. Okay. If you have any questions, ask. But during this whole thing, I want them to talk. I want them to tell me what's up, what happened, everything like that, because this is, you know, you connecting with somebody. But for me too, it's like every one of these is saying, yeah, there's way more to life. right? So it's
Yeah.
almost like a study. So all I really need you to do is tell me, Amy, hell yeah, that makes sense, or no, it
Okay.
doesn't. And that's really it. And then of course later on, if we want to go into it and like the story behind it and stuff, we can do
Okay.
that. But whenever I channel, what you're gonna notice is that I talk out loud a lot. And I'm not always saying stuff to you. Sometimes I'm talking to them, but they come through and they talk in 4 different ways. This person is going to be a lot of words and a lot of actions. It's almost like seeing them in a daydream type of state, which is great.
Okay.
So I get words and phrases. They put me in situations that either happen to you, happen to them, or will happen to you, kind of like a daydream. They make me have experiences, either like sight, sound, smell, or taste. And they do a lot of signs and symbols. So maybe I see a Hershey's chocolate bar. That means for me, like just like sweets, or that also could go along with like Hershey, Pennsylvania. Another thing is they
Yeah.
could do a pineapple. That means Florida, stuff like that.
Okay.
So hang out with me.
Yeah, let's
First
hang
off, we're gonna
out.
figure. Yeah, I'm excited. What? This person. I'm so glad this is you. You have no idea. Um, there's. Hold on. This person is funny. They're saying, "What? Like, why wouldn't you want to talk to me?" Why wouldn't you talk to me? And they have like a very cute little smile. They're sitting next to you, but at the same time, they're getting up and they're walking back and forth here behind you. They're very much like at home, which is very interesting. Was this where this person lived too?
Mhm.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
you.
so no wonder they're at home. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, cool. Yeah. A lot of times when they walk back and forth, they have a feeling of like, this is where I live, and which
Uh-huh.
also means that they're still in this house, and that's why they're so comfortable. Okay.
That wouldn't
They
surprise me.
I'm just letting you know. It's funny because he goes like
Oh
he's
my.
just like he's like walking back behind you and he's trying to show stuff and he doesn't want to make you cry, and he oh, so this is a love connection. So you love this person. Oh, I'm thinking this is maybe brother or something. He goes, because he calls you babe. And so I'm
Oh,
like, okay, so this is love. That's what that is. He says that he doesn't want you to cry. Oh, wait, why? And he talks about you like having the waterworks all the time, which is great. That he knows that.
yeah.
He says he goes like this, but then he makes a funny joke at the same time. But if she gets mad, like
Yeah.
that. So he's just talking the back and forth. He says, "Why are you dead? You're so young." Hold on. He says, "Shit, I say the same thing myself." So obviously, probably his passing was a surprise in a way because
Yeah.
shit, I said the same thing myself. What? Where? What happened? What? Huh? He like didn't think that death would happen to him for a very long time. I wonder, he's not in a lower vibration though, so that means he didn't die of a drug overdose, which is great. He says, "Come here." What? Or that also means he's already found the light. What happened to him? Don't tell me. Hang on. Come here. What? He keeps saying, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." There's something about him that he is almost, it's hard for him to talk about. And I don't know why. Don't tell me anything yet. He is now sitting on a couch. The couch is very symbolic in my head. He's sitting on a couch and he has his head in his hands and he's like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry," like that. So he's apologizing to you. He's apologizing. I think in a way, maybe he's stuck in here a little bit, which is fine. He says, okay, wait, I just, in his words, did he fucking die here?
Not here.
Here. Okay, where was it at? Where did he pass at?
Our house that we had together.
Oh, your
I'm in
house
my
you had.
mom's house.
Oh, so he has been here then. Okay, yeah, he keeps saying he died at home. That's why I'm like, is this his home? Okay, he did die at home. Okay, wait, so you don't live in y'all's house anymore, so you live here with mom all the time then. Okay. Where are you at now? Because you had to get out of there because of all the bad memories and everything.
I'm at my sister's house. I live with my sister, but my mom has good Wi-Fi, so I'm here.
That's why you're here. Okay. I go,
Yeah.
so what about your house? What happened with it? He goes, no, he had to get out of it. That goes along with money, but it also goes along with memories. And I'm like, fine. And he says that, what did you do? He just showed me an image of having a beer in like, almost like if we're like taking like trying to drink the whole thing very, very quickly. And I have no idea what that means. So there's a couple of things to go with that. Number one, he may like to drink. Number two, and maybe he's a party person and he really enjoyed entertaining other people all the time and showing the whole thing like, look what I can do, like that type of thing. That's also a couple of things there. He says that, what happened? What did you do? What did you do that you're embarrassed to tell me? Hold on. He feels like he ruined the love of his life. So he's like almost like placing blame on himself. He's placing blame on himself. And he calls himself like a effing coward in a way, kind of. And like that's just the feeling for it. And he really, really apologizes for it. He sees it. He sees it. He says that what? He keeps saying, I did it. I did it. So he did it. He did it. He did it. Interesting. What did you do? Can you walk me through that? Did you find him dead? No. No. Okay, this is what he just said. He talks about you like shaking him or like, and then there's a scream or like inside it's like this guttural scream. And he's talking about how he's outside of his body watching this happen and he's telling himself to get up. He's telling himself to wake up. He's telling himself to get up. Okay. I don't necessarily think that this was an accident, correct? Yeah. Because he doesn't feel like he committed suicide. He doesn't feel like he actively tried. He wasn't like this huge going on addict all the time. Like that doesn't feel like a thing for him. FYI, it just feels like it's one fuck up, and that's why he's in what we like to call heaven. Okay, so he's okay. He also comes to your house and he stays with you all the time. And he's here right now too. So he loves you. He doesn't feel like my typical OD at all, or what was going on with him. What? He's just trying to get a good ride. Oh yeah, I got one, didn't I? So what was he doing? Was he just what was he doing? What was he experimenting with?
Are you asking
What did he
me?
do? Yeah.
Well, are you talking about how he passed?
Yes.
It was drug poisoning, fentanyl laced cocaine.
No wonder he had a good ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder he's not an, oh, you're funny. He's funny. He's a partier. That's where the shot, that's where the thing and like like, you know, when you're pumping, that's what he keeps showing me. He's not a bad person. And
No,
he's
not.
okay. No, and he knows what happened, and he just played the TikTok video in my head where it says, and this is when he knew he fucked up. Like that was there's like a one. That's so funny. He's like pulling things out of my head. He's trying to make you laugh. He says
he loved TikTok. He loved
yeah,
TikTok.
He just that's so funny. Oh, he's funny. He says that. So tell me about her. What? Wait, did y'all not get married? We're all just together for a very long time. What was that?
We were together. Oh.
Yeah, no. Hold on. He goes like this. He says, only reason I ask, because y'all feel like husband and wife all the way. And I go, so, I go, what about your wife? He goes, no. He said, I should have made her that. That's what he said. And he says, man, that's like my ride or die. And for me, long time would be anything like over 2 years. That's just for me personally. He says that, what? He liked your boobs. And I'm not going to tell you what the word he said. I mean, I can, but it's just a little vulgar.
Tell me what he said.
He said he likes your titties. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, stop. He's definitely around. He hasn't left you. So tell me what? Did you get a tattoo for him?
Oh my God, yeah. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, hold on though. Let me see if I can get it from him. So this is what he said. Okay. I go, so what? What has she done? He goes, tell her, he's standing in front of you in my head. He goes, tell her she needs to go back. She needs to go back. I said, where's she gonna go back for? He goes, the this. He needs to get it bigger. I want that shit all up and down. That's what he said. Yeah. What is that about? Okay, is it up there? Where's it at? Okay, now show me. It is there.
It's his
Oh, it's
handwriting.
oh, right. Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
isn't that cool? Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like that, and he's like all up and down, all up and down. Yeah. Oh yeah, he knows. He says that. No wonder he wants it bigger. It's good. It's perfect. What he bass backwards. What do you mean about bass backwards? What are you talking about? Tell me. What did you do, sir? Interesting. He has like a grandmother or something that's passed on. He doesn't want to be dead yet though. He says, I said, so what are you doing now? He said, I hang out with her. He goes, shit, I can do anything. And I go, well, like what? He says, well, like the grandparents or the grandma wants me to go with her, but not yet. I'm like, okay. He says, tell me, bud. So what about he he misses apparently y'all did not have sex that day. I'm just going to say that
No.
because it's yeah, he said he missed that. I go, they talk about that. I go, what are your regrets? And he says, well, I hadn't done blip blip in like a day or like a couple of days or something like that. And he says, have you ever tried? He's talking very vulgar in my head, and it's very interesting. And he's saying, have you ever tried? And I was like, no. And he's saying like he misses that. He would like that. He said that would be like a regret. He says that, tell me. He says, yeah, I'll watch movies with you. I'll watch movies with you, whatever you want, whatever you want. And he's talking about laying here, and I guess y'all would both watch it together. Like that's the whole thing. He's saying that he misses that. He misses being able to see you and touch you and be around you. Thank your friend. That's what he says. It's almost like she was annoying, or he was annoying her the entire time. Have you and Alexis not talked in a little bit?
Not, we've always been friends, but I haven't talked to her in, I would say, like about a year or so.
Really?
And she reached out to me and she told me that she wanted to do this for me.
Okay, this is what he said. How interesting. He goes like this. He says, he goes, tell Alexis, tell her, thank you, thank you. You know, they don't talk as much as they used to. They don't talk like that. And I was like, okay, so y'all haven't talked in a little bit. And he says, tell her, like, I appreciate that. So I think he was annoying her for it. Okay. Which
Probably.
is good. Yeah, exactly. Let's go back to what happened at passing. Can you tell me and walk me, not you, but him, what happened afterwards? And even your mom was sad that he passed, so she liked him. Yeah. Yeah. He tells me, he goes, I'm very likable. And I'm like, yeah, I know, apparently. He is just full of it and fun and what? What? Interesting. I don't know. Maybe your sister and him didn't have a great of relationship, or maybe that was very, very hard or something, or there was a bridge there, because he says that the best way I can describe this is, I go, so you're here with her now, right? He goes, yeah. He says, but I try to not be around her at her sister's house all the time. I said, why? And he goes, she didn't really like me that much. Or like there's some feeling of like how, he kind of has to stay in the shadows over there. And I go, oh, okay. She says, that's the best way. And mind you, these are feelings that he's giving
Yeah.
me. So I may be adding very dramatic words to it. He says, tell me, what? What about after? He's a big ass man. He's talking about how it would be hard to move something the size of a giant sloth. So he was talking about him. He was saying that, tell me, oh, you poor thing, being in there waiting for people to come, waiting for people to come. You poor thing. You can't walk in the common areas. You can't do anything. You just walk in there and you see him. Like, it's like, what do you do? How terrible. I'm so sorry I had to go through that. He's just talking about being with you, and he wanted to, like, it's like you walking in and see, and then like going out and like having a pan. Like, do I go outside? Do I stay here? Like, what do I do? Uh, he says, shit, I'm sorry. He apologizes for that a lot. What? He says, you didn't release me, baby. I'm right here. He's with you all the time. He's just talking about, I guess, you packing up all of his stuff and everything from the house and like moving that. And you still have like one box though for him, right? Like that's the whole thing. He's just talking about how most of it's like gone. Were you not able to take all of his stuff with you? Or like what happened with that?
He didn't have a lot. When he met
Yeah.
me, he
Yeah.
came to my parents' house with a dog and a backpack. And his mom came and took some of his stuff whenever
He
um
passed.
mhm.
Yeah. She's just talking about how like pretty much the only thing you would have is like shirts, like and like nothing really. I mean, like, that's it. That's it. And he's talking about how it would all fit in a little box if you had one. And like that's it for the remembrance of him. He says that he likes your parents. He says, was the man that just went behind you, was that your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said hi, pops. That's why he was like saying hi to people. Just letting you know. He's in the room, he's in the house with you. Wait, so tell me, what about it? Do you still have that dog?
His mom and his sister does.
Okay, yeah, okay. He said it's still alive. I was like, did it die? How long ago
Yes.
was this? What happened? Okay, good. He says, no, it's still around. I go, okay. He says that, what's your name? Hold on. I'm probably going to be really off on this. Is there somebody with like a hardcore J name? Or is like somebody with like a hardcore? Okay, we're just going to leave that there. It's like, I don't know. What? What is that? It's two syllables and I think it's a J, but I don't know. But I don't know if he's just saying J. But that could also go with mom, that could go for him, that could go for something like that. What was his name?
Justin.
Justin. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, I was gonna say Dustin. But Justin, okay, that's the J. Oh, how cool.
His mom's name is Jody, and his mom and
Jody
his
is
I'm sorry, his sister's name is Jody, and his mom's name is Judy.
so they have all the hardcore. So he's probably talking about all three. Oh my god. So everybody has hardcore J names. Yeah, he goes, I go, what is this? He goes, and I'm like, what? And he's trying to show me all these people in my head that I know, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. He says that. Tell me, what? They must really miss him. They must really miss him. He's like the big teddy bear of the group. And he apologizes to them. And if you can tell them he said hi, that would be amazing. Okay, that would be absolutely perfect. He definitely had a good relationship with his sister, or it felt like he would have had a good relationship with her, because he makes a joke that he's the favorite to her and then smirks. So he's just like poking at her again. He says that, tell me, bud. He says he's getting in a suit. He has a little red bow tie on, and he's like, yeah. When is y'all's anniversary? Do you remember that? When was that?
June 14th or 15th, one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you will end up somehow, I don't know how, I think you're either going to end up getting a red rose, which seems very interesting, or you're going to end up seeing it like very randomly that day. Like you're not going to be going to the grocery store and going to look for it. Like it's just going to show up. So just look in your reality and then send me a picture for it. Okay. That was a very odd sign, but I'm just going to go with that. He says, tell me more. What happened, bud? What? He's a country guy. He's country. He's like kind of country in my head. He doesn't feel like he'd be from the city or something like that. Which means like he's not from New York or anything like that. He says that he said he could do street though. I go, okay. He says, what? You almost live, or he's from a lot of hills. I don't know, but he's not Tennessee country, not at all. One. He wants to live down south. Okay, so you live up north. Where do you live at?
Like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania-ish.
Oh, you're in PA. Oh,
Yeah.
no wonder. Okay, okay. Why is he so it's like more suburban area? Okay, interesting. He says that, yeah, he keeps showing me hills. He keeps showing me green grass. I've only been up there a couple of times, but like Lancaster,
Mhm.
PA is my favorite place in the entire world.
Yeah.
He I hang out with the Mennonites all day long. What? No wonder he would say he's country, but he's city because it's weird because it's right there in the middle. He shouldn't have been messing with that stuff. He did it what? It's one interesting. I kind of want him to get your name on his neck. I know he didn't have that, but it's very weird. He says that what happened after? Did they cremate him? Yeah. He
Mhm.
just said, I go, tell me something else. What do you know? And he says they couldn't fit me in a box. That's all he said. And I go, oh, okay. He's talking about how like big he would have been. And I was like, all right, so they cremated you. He says that what? Do you not have a little bit of him?
I do.
Do have a little bit of him. He
Yeah.
says something about it's hard for mama to give it up. That's why. That's why I was like, was it difficult for her to give that to you? Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. What? Do you have him in your bedroom with you
I have him with me all the time. I have him
all the
now.
time? That's why you have him. Okay. He says, I'm right next to her all the time. And then he says, I sleep next to her. That's why I was like, what is that? Is he perfect? Perfect. Yeah, he's with you all the time, honey. He doesn't leave you. He doesn't leave you, and he loves you. He apologizes for all the stuff, and he's so sorry that I mean, my words can't express the feeling that he gave me. Uh, to any amount, he was embarrassed. Um, and he was helpless. He couldn't do anything about it. And he loves you, and he thinks that you are the kindest and sweetest, and he thanks you for putting up with all of his bullshit. And he literally, and he adores you, and he's so funny because when he walks back and forth, he's just about you stroking him. Very interesting. And then he says you can stroke him someplace else. So like add in like dirty words in there too. And so he's like, he's trying to make you laugh at the same time. So it's like remembering this. And he says, he's funny. He's like in my body slightly. Um, what? He'd seen some shit. That's what he said. He'd seen some shit. He
Yeah.
said, He said, I don't let anybody, it almost feels like I want him to be in jail or have gone to jail before or something like that, but he feels too soft. Okay, I guess he did because he's talking about seeing some shit and he's talking about white metal bars, which is prison or jail for me. And he says that it's okay. My husband went to jail before. He says that, tell me what? No, you won't. Stop it. Stop it. What? He gives the best hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loves you. What? So tell me one more thing. Tell me. Hold on. You don't have to rush. Stay with your family. You don't have to rush. Stay with your family. I think you're going to be living with your sister for a while, and you're okay with that. Yeah. He says, like, don't think, oh, I got to get out of here. Or I got to do my own thing. Oh, I got to get this. Stop. He says, don't rush. Stay. You're okay. You're exactly where you need to be. Okay. He says that. One. Have you like contemplated going to school?
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. It's almost like I'd want you to do something in like the medical field or like more in like I don't know if it'd be revolving around hospitals. So maybe it's in like billing and coding, or maybe it's in like front desk secretary, or maybe it's in like
Okay.
nursing or something like that. It's like revolving around that. I would even want you to go and look at like a trade school for like billing and coding or hardcore like reception area and stuff.
Okay.
And so that way you could get into that. It's not so much are you doing the shots, but it's like I'd want you in the logistical points of it. Okay.
Okay.
And so just take a moment, think about it. Look, it's cheaper, it's good, and you make a lot of money when you get out of it, and you're really good at it. Okay.
Okay.
So for me right now, and for you, because I also have to go to my next session, do you have any questions for me at all?
I don't. Just thank you. This was amazing.
You're welcome. I love you. I'm so happy that I got to talk to you because before our session, I was walking around and I hadn't pulled anything up yet. And I was strolling and there was a guy and he says, "No, you're going to get to talk to her. You're going to get to talk to her. She's going to be here." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And I pull it up and I was like, and I said Alexis's name. He's like, "No, no, no, not her, her." And I'm like, and that's why I was like, "But where's Alexis?" You're like, "It's me." And I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you. Thank you." Because I was going to have to go through and say, "Alexis, can you please tell this person these
Yeah.
messages?" That's what was going to happen. So yeah, he's been bugging me. He's a really good guy, and just keep talking to him. Tell him you love him, okay? And then if you
Okay.
need me or if you ever have any questions, you just let me know. Got it?
Okay. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
I love you, honey. You're
I
welcome.
love you. Bye.